St. Augustine, the oldest city in the US. So because it's the oldest, does that make it the most haunted? Does that make it the most weird? Of course it is. It's Florida we're in. And there's no other place better than Ripley's, believe it or not, to check out home of the weirdest stuff ever. And on today's In Between Here and There, we're checking out the very first, the original Ripley's Believe It or Not Auditorium located here in St. Augustine, Florida. Later on today, if permitted, and I don't see why, we'll also be going on a ghost tour throughout St. Augustine, hearing some of the historical facts and also as to why St. Augustine is as haunted as it is. So let's head inside now and see how weird things can get. The very first Ripley's Believe It or Not Auditorium, or Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, depending on what you want to call it. I always thought it was Robert Ripley's castle, his mansion, his home, but in fact it's only just a museum. And in the very first one, there's actually a really cool history to what it was before Ripley's Believe It or Not or Robert Ripley ever stepped inside. The building was built in 1887 by a gentleman named William J. Worden of Philadelphia. He had two partners, you might know them, Henry Flagler and John Rockefeller of Rockefeller Center. They were both partners in the Standard Oil Company. Worden was also the president of the Gas and Electric Company here in St. Augustine, as well as the financial director of the St. Augustine Improvement Company, and one of the most private residents in the city. It remained in the Worden family all the way through the 1930s and was purchased by Norton Baskin and remodeled the castle into the Worden Hotel. Baskin and his wife, Marjorie Kinnan Rawling, you might know her as the author of The Yearling, they had an apartment on the top floor. It wasn't actually even used as a museum for Ripley's Believe It or Not until the 1950s. So, with that being said, let's go inside and check out the world's smallest domino set. Small dominoes not impressive? Well, check out the world's smallest screws. That's right, 12,000 miniature watch screws, each measuring 0.0379 of an inch in length. Beyond these stairs is the rest of Ripley's Believe It or Not. So as we travel up, we journey into the realm of the weird. One of the reasons I wanted to come to Ripley's here in St. Augustine was because they have an oddity that is often imitated and very much duplicated. But here at Ripley's, they have the actual, genuine Fiji Island mermaid. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite bands is the Beatles. However, here at Ripley's Believe It or Not, they enjoy a different band. A band known as the Cockroaches. Weird. Moving on into our next room, we come into a room that I know I'm going to love. And if any of you are followers on Instagram and know about our Tiki Tuesday, you're definitely going to love this room as well. Check out this New Guinea shrunken head.
1,000 years to the time of the
and this African mask made entirely out of skin.
Secret rituals were known only amongst a few tribes of the Shuar or Javaro Indians.
I'm so hungry. I'm going to get some food. Yes, can I have a cider? No, I said cider, not spider. Well, I was hungry until I saw this exhibit. In here, we have a genuine Fiji Island cannibal fork, a skull bowl, which was made out of the skull of a Tibetan monk and used during New Year celebrations to mix potent drinks of human blood and wine. And lastly, we have a human bone dagger. That's right, a dagger made out of human bones.
In the 1950s, Stanley's fantasy copies have been displayed in galleries around the world, and Ripley's is proud to own and display them in over a dozen of our famous museums.
So one of the reasons I love Ripley's, believe it or not, is because of the tribal and Tahitian and African antiquities that end up here in this museum as well as other auditoriums. This room alone has so many of my favorites that I've seen in Ripley's books, including this really cool Watam Lagoon ancestor mask, the New Guinea crocodile suspension hook, this African fertility figure, and this African birthing pot. Or some of these really cool things, including this African ceremonial axe, or this cassowary bird bone dagger, or this necklace, this skull bead necklace. Check out a lot of this really cool tribal artifacts from different areas of Africa.
It's almost fell in.
Ever hear the term running around with a chicken without its head cut off? Well, this chicken did it professionally. Look close, and I'm pretty sure you'll understand why they say the term two heads are better than one. Weird. A four-legged duck. If you didn't see where the other two legs were, I suggest reviewing this video again and giving it another close look. Now I know dung beetles and dung balls probably aren't that weird, but what if they're the world's largest known cat hairballs? Weird. I know it's not saying much putting the world's tallest man next to Chrissy, but with Chrissy being 5 feet even, this man is a perfect 9. Check out these stumps of woods. Do you see the faces in them? Believe it or not, a lot of these creations and these faces were made by Mother Nature herself, with only humans making minimal cuts to the wood. So this vlog is being filmed on a Wednesday. So being as so, it would be fitting to get a bone carving out of a camel on the vlog. Check this out. This entire sculpture is camel bone. And it took 30 craftsmen and over 4 months to finish. And wait a minute, is that a freaking dragon? It would be great on a jean jacket. Continuing into our next room, Excuse me. Sorry. Even some of the visitors here are quite weird. Well, we finally come to it. Things can't be weird without being a little bit creepy. And even sometimes nature is the creepiest. Take a look at this bat. Okay. Okay. I am certainly not going to try this, but I know somebody.
Wait, me?
It's really not that challenging. It is a pretty big box though. This one does seem a little bit smaller. So as we head back down the stairs, we enter the world of the normal, the mundane, and the regular. However, is it really? Because all of this stuff was found in that world. We'll be back later with some cool ghost tour stuff. Well, I guess all is not over with. I mean, we're in St. Augustine. We're going on a ghost tour tonight. I guess I couldn't end the video without showing you something a little bit more haunting. In April of 1944, a fire swept through this building and burnt down 2 floors, the 3rd and 4th floor. 2 women died. So it is about 8 p.m. And we are in downtown historic St. Augustine waiting for our ghost tour. Right behind me is Flagler College, what used to be Ponce de Leon Hotel when Henry Flagler originally built the building. So it's kind of cool to think that classrooms inside this now school were once hotel rooms. Anyways, little fun fact there about what we're near, but where we're going is actually right there, the St. Augustine tours. We're going on the original, as they claim, the original St. Augustine ghost tour. It's been featured on the Travel Channel and some other channels when ghost shows were pretty popular. It's supposed to be completely and entirely a walking tour, all by a tour guide in period dress up, holding only candlelight. So I don't necessarily believe in supernatural stuff or ghosts. I think it's a lot of mind tricks on what you want to believe and how amped you get and how well the story is told to you. But in case there are any creepy apparitions that pop up, the best way to see them is on camera. So, as the viewer, if you see anything, go ahead and... What is that? What is that? Oh, it's Chrissy. Yeah, you as the viewer will be able to see them. So if you see anything while watching this, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'll go back and check it. These people might even want to see what you guys see. So hopefully we'll have some fun on this ghost tour. It's supposed to last, I think, about 75 minutes, which is another reason I'm not going to be recording the entire tour. That's just way too long. If you do find what I show you on this video interesting, I highly recommend that you come to St. Augustine and check out one for yourself. There are tons, so it's really hard to figure out which is the best. It really comes all down to your taste and preference as to how you want to be spooked. Alright, so tour starts in about 15 minutes, so we're gonna head inside and check in for that right now. Sweet stickers.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to St. Augustine. My name is Heidi, and I'll be your tour guide for tonight. Before we get started on the tour, I have to go over a few things with you. The most important thing is that you have fun tonight. I think that's why you're here, right? It's kind of cold, so I imagine that you will have some fun. The second most important thing I'm going to tell you tonight is that the tour doesn't end here. The tour ends by the city gates in St. George Street. I will not leave you abandoned, stranded, lost. I will show you how to get back. Before my last stop, I will make an announcement of how to get back here. Now, everybody heard that because it's really important. I don't want anybody to feel like I left you somewhere in town. Now, there are going to be other tours out there and people in cars who are on vacation about 20-something years ago, over 20 years ago. I've been with them for 9 years. Our stories are carefully researched. Some of my stories are my own personal stories. I have seen ghosts all my life. It is not a job requirement, but it does make the tour a little more interesting, a little more personalized, especially for those who have been on the tour before. Now, while we are in the tour, you're welcome to take pictures. That is fine. Flash photography is fine. Maybe I might ask you to turn the flashes off in one location. Videotaping is not allowed because of copyright.
spooky stuff happened tonight. My camera actually stopped working while taking photos at certain spots, especially when those spots were of quote-unquote violent ghost. So, not sure what that's about. Anyways, that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, families, co-workers, and anyone else you think that would enjoy this video. If you really enjoyed what you saw here between this video and the video showing the fort and the Fountain of Youth, you can help these videos become more by donating at Patreon at patreon.com/OMGIt'sTopher. Anywhere from $1 to whatever your heart desires would help fund more awesome and really cool videos outside of the Central Florida area. If you also want to pick up a Spreadshirt t-shirt, you can head over to spreadshirt.com/InbetweenHere&There. You can pick up a cool shirt like the one I'm wearing, which is a greetings from Florida, land of the weird shirt, which was a perfect trip for that shirt, and I'm sure that you could also have a perfect trip somewhere in Florida that's weird, daunting this shirt. So once again, remember to subscribe, like, share, and head over to Patreon if you want to hear more information about In Between Here and There. And until the next video, I will see you in the internet. Interactive? I love interactive. Hello, good sir. I want to interact. Was not expecting this.